Imagine standing alone in a dry, silent wilderness 2 million years ago with a stomach that feels like it's biting itself from hunger. You probably think your ancestors spent their days hunting big animals and picking sweet berries off wild bushes under a clear blue sky. But look down at that starving human crouched in the dirt, smashing a smelly animal head with a sharp rock just to suck out the raw brain inside. In an instant, you realize ancient survival wasn't a clean story. It was a nasty, bloody struggle to eat the leftovers every other beast rejected. You didn't become the top species by eating good food. You survived because your gut could handle things that would kill you today. Look at the big picture. For almost 3 million years, humans lived without farms, markets, or clean water to wash their hands. We have been eating bread, rice, and farm meat for just a tiny drop of our whole history on this planet. Your ancestors spent millions of years chewing hard roots covered in dirt, swallowing bugs whole, and licking fat off old animal skins. You weren't built for soft white bread, sweet drinks, or clean meals served on neat plates every few hours. You come from a long line of tough survivors who filled their bellies with whatever they could pick off the ground before it turned bad. The modern diet movement sold you a massive lie, claiming ancient humans ate clean steaks, fresh berries, and nice green leaves all day. That whole story was invented by people trying to sell you expensive diet books and fancy meat packages. The truth written in old bone piles is that fresh meat was super hard to catch and had almost zero fat during cold months. If an ancient human ate only lean meat without heavy fat, their liver would crash and they would die a painful death in weeks. They didn't hunt for clean meat. They hunted for thick bone fat, warm blood, and smelly inner organs. Think about how foolish it is to believe the wild wilderness was full of tasty plants just waiting for humans to pick them. Modern apples, carrots, and bananas didn't exist back then. Wild plants were small, bitter, and packed with nasty toxins to stop animals from eating them. Your ancestors had to dig deep into hard soil for hours, pull up ugly roots, and burn them in hot mud just to burn off the poison. Every time they tried a new plant, they risked intense belly pain or dying right there in front of their kids. You didn't inherit a body made for soft salad leaves. You inherited an iron stomach built to fight off natural plant poisons. Look at this strange clue found in old human digs. Skulls from early humans show teeth that were completely ground down to the pink gums by rocks and ash. You'd think a successful hunter tribe would eat fresh meat off the ribs and throw the hard leg bones into the bushes. Yet those old bones were smashed into tiny pieces by heavy rocks so humans could lick out the oily grease inside. This proves early humans were often late to the meal, coming in long after lions and hyenas had finished eating the good parts. We survived by opening the hard bone vaults that no other animal jaws could break open. Ask yourself this right now. Why does your tongue love salt, fat, and crunchy things so much even when you aren't really hungry? If ancient tribes had fresh meat every day, why do their fossilized teeth show remnants of crushed beetle wings and ugly tree bugs? The simple truth is that insects were the main source of easy fat and protein during long dry seasons when animals were gone. Chewing on live grubs, ants, and wild beehives wasn't a sad punishment. It was the best food they could find to stay alive. Your life today exists because your ancestors weren't too proud to swallow squirming bugs in the dark. Look at the gross evidence found inside fossilized human droppings pulled out of ancient caves all over the world. Scientists found these old samples packed with wood ash, dirt, sharp bone bits, and heavy plant poisons that weren't fully broken down. This proves your ancestors ate their food right out of the campfire dirt, swallowing charcoal along with animal guts that were still full of grass. You were made to handle dirt, ash, and raw insides that were covered in dust and wild germs from the ground. The super clean, soft food you eat today is actually making your body forget how to defend itself. Calculations show that breaking open animal bones for fat allowed the human belly to shrink while letting the brain grow much bigger over time. Digesting piles of tough, dry leaves takes a massive ape stomach that steals all the energy your body makes every day. By switching to rich bone fat, brain matter, and roots softened by fire, humans unlocked a huge wave of free energy for their heads. You are walking around with a smart brain today because your ancestors were willing to eat the slimy grease inside a dead animal skull. That disgusting trade-off was the biggest turning point in the whole history of human life. Long dry years meant your ancestors had to swallow things that would make a modern person vomit instantly just to see tomorrow. When big game vanished, human groups ate raw frog skins, bird heads, lizard tails, and the half-digested grass inside an antelope's belly. This green belly mush gave them vital plant vitamins that human stomachs couldn't pull out of tough wild bushes on their own. You come from people who drank blood, mixed with dirt, and ate stomach waste, just to keep their hearts beating through dry seasons. That raw grit is the only reason the human line didn't die out millions of years ago. Picture a young mother 2 million years ago, sitting in the dirt next to a smoking hole filled with hot rocks. She spent 4 long hours smashing wild roots between 2 flat stones to squeeze out the white poison before throwing them onto hot coals. Her hands are burned, her teeth hurt from chewing dirt, and her children are crying because their bellies are completely empty. She peels off the black ash skin and eats the bitter root, hoping she got enough poison out so her liver doesn't stop working tonight. This was real life back then, a scary tightrope walk between getting energy and poisoning your own blood. Wait, stop and think about this for a second. Are you really feeding your body what it needs, or are you making it weak with easy food? We look back at ancient humans and feel sorry for them, thinking their lives were just pain, dirty food, and misery compared to ours. Yet their teeth were strong, their bones were thick, and their bodies didn't suffer from the endless health problems we see today. The ancient world was tough, but human bodies were hard as rock and built to take a beating from nature. You are living in a trap where being too comfortable is slowly ruining your body's natural strength. The biggest moment in human food history happened when we learned to use fire, turning a simple pit of hot coals into a second stomach outside the body. Cooking meat and roots over open flames broke down tough fibers, killed off deadly poisons, and blasted dangerous bugs before food hit the tongue. This one trick let humans eat almost anything they found on the ground, turning whole dangerous forests into big food buffets. The moment fire touched meat, everything changed forever. We became the ultimate survivor capable of eating an entire land clean. Fire didn't just keep us warm, it reshaped our jaws, shrank our guts, and built the human race. Here is the secret question that farm experts hate to talk about. What if inventing farms 10,000 years ago was actually a huge step backward for the human body? When humans stopped roaming for wild food and started eating just wheat and corn every day, human height dropped fast. Old skeletons prove that the first farmers had rotten teeth, weak bones, blood problems, and sicknesses that wild hunters never had to deal with. Farms gave us big towns and safety, but they made the individual human body smaller, weaker, and way more fragile. The real truth is that ancient humans didn't have a single diet. They ate whatever nasty thing didn't kill them on the spot. People near the sea lived on slimy shellfish and seal blubber, while people in the mountains ate pine seeds and small rodents. Desert tribes lived on dry grasshoppers, bitter roots, and lizards, showing that your gut is the most flexible engine nature ever made. The idea that there is one perfect, clean way to eat is a fake story made up by people who want your money. Your body doesn't want clean perfection. It wants real food, rough fiber, and a challenge to keep it strong. Your liver still has old systems inside it built specifically to clean out plant poisons, heavy metals, and bad stuff from wild food. When you eat soft, fake food out of plastic bags all day, those deep internal cleaning systems go to sleep and stop working right. Your body misses the bitter wild plants, the rough dirt, and the super rich foods that kept your ancestors alive for millions of years. Modern life cleaned up every meal, leaving your gut weak and confused by things it used to handle with ease. You were trained to be scared of raw, bitter food, but that rough stuff is what built your immune power. Take a good look at what you ate today and realize how fake it is compared to what your body expects to get. You eat crazy combinations of white flour, cheap oil, and pure sugar that never existed anywhere in nature until recently. The moment you realize your body was built to grind through tough food, real fat, and hard roots, everything changes for you. Don't let clean store shelves trick you into forgetting the tough, unstoppable biological engine hiding under your own skin. The main lesson hidden in your blood is that human health was built on being tough, adaptable, and able to handle rough times without breaking down. Real strength doesn't come from neat packages or soft meals, but from honoring the ancient body that made it through ice, dirt, and fire. When you eat real food and stop treating your body like a delicate glass toy, you wake up genetic systems that have been asleep for ages. The best thing you can do for yourself today is to stop eating like a weak creature and start feeding the real survivor inside your DNA. So next time you sit down to eat a soft, easy meal, ask yourself one final question that will stick in your mind every single day. Your ancestors survived freezing times, swallowed plant poisons, and cracked open rotting animal heads with rocks just so you could be here today. Are you using that incredible body to stay strong and tough? Or are you letting easy living turn your ancient power into dust?